What you're looking at is a Woods Groundbreaker Bh7500 2002 model backhoe, mounted on to the back of a John Deere 855. Has a loader on it, John Deere 70 loader on it. I believe a 3-cylinder Yanmar. And my job is to replace these two cylinders, or these two hydraulic hoses. Internally down through the channel here of the backhoe, as you can see from the fan, if I fire this up and I work the bucket, it starts to leak. So one of those hoses are bad, but we opted, talking with the customer, to let's just replace both of them to play it safe. As you can see, I decided to hang it from my racking here, get it up in the air, because I can't have necessarily any pressure in. I'm not messing with that hydraulic side, but I don't like to get all safety conscious, but hydraulic pressure is very dangerous. It can't kill you instantly. I mean, yeah, any kind of burst like that can. We're working with like 3,000 PSI, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But if you get a puncture into your skin and hydraulic oil enters your veins, you're in trouble. You better go to the hospital right away. So we're going to disconnect the hoses at each end, make sure that it eliminates any possibility of even residual pressure, which in this case will be minimal. And then we're going to take, move the hoses out of the way after they're disconnected, loosen the hold downs. This cylinder I will remove. I'll take this pin out, possibly this pin. I may just let it hang there, because this may move when I take that cylinder out, because I do believe right now I have pressure on this, but there was no real easy way of doing it. It may not move at all for the way I set it up, but you know, we will find out here when I take the bucket pin out, and if that's the case, I will put something underneath it to hold it up. But I wanted the space, if the camera will allow. There's where the hoses come up through, and then they go up into there like so. But that is the next job for GMEC in the shop. So we got it all set up and started, and then we're gonna tear into it. So here we go. All right, when in this case with this Woods backhoe, normally I would take the old hydraulic line out and remove it, take it to my hydraulic shop and have them make me a new one. Problem with that is, I was told by my hydraulic shop, these fittings are a little different. So what I did was, went to the backhoe, I did this two ways. One cool thing was, might be upside down, but right there is the part number to the hose. This one, on the other hand, I could not find, traced it through, even come back to this side here. This line, which I think is that first one, as you can see, there's the part number right there. But I could not trace the other one. But I do believe it's this hose and this hose, because it's this control, this one right here. I don't want to operate that. I know it's not these two, but I'm pretty positive it's these two. So what I'm going to do, because I know of this one, we're going to remove this out. I got these fittings here as well, because you want to replace them. There's O-rings on there. Anytime with, in my opinion, this is just me, if you have something like this that's being disturbed, you're there, you might as well change it. So, but that's what I'm going to do. We're going to double check, because like, they have everything protected and covered and stuff. They also have it in some wire ties, which is good. But we're going to get that all loose. The goal is, this is the easy part, hopefully. This is why this part right here, get it out of the bag. You can see the ones with the O-rings on, those all have to add on. That's all those that each go to the cylinder and also on the control. But this guy right here, this is the union. And this will extremely help you because that union is going to go in there, just like this. And I'm going to attach it to the old one here, and as I pull the old one out, it should pull the new one in. That is the theory, and hopefully that makes this job tremendously easier. So let's get started. First thing first, I put some cardboard down on the floor, help with hydraulic oil, because it's probably going to be all over the place. And I'm going to get this cylinder removed first. There's a reason for that cardboard. All right, got the first hydraulic line in. This is the shorter one at the shorter end of the piston. It would go into that, or cylinder goes into that one. Now we're gonna work on this one, which is this one in here. I think I'm not gonna film that because it's gonna be basically the same as the last one I just did. Key points here that I'm gonna show. And I get complaining on my channel that using music and stuff and description and stuff like that. And this is what I'm going to tell you out there. This is my video. You make your own. So if you don't like the way I'm doing a video, go make your own or don't watch. I don't care. But anyway, I did a YouTube search on this trying to figure out to replace Backhoe hydraulic hoses, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm trying to be a nice guy and putting it out there to help someone else in need. So don't disgruntle a content creator trying to help. So here's all the setup. Here's the challenge. Hopefully you can see that, where you have to shove the hose through. The biggest help in this situation is that piece right there. So when you order your hose, in this, depending on what size your hose is, stuff like that, make sure you get the right size. This is 5/16. I matched that up with the company I ordered this from. So that's a union. You want to tie that together. That's what I'm going to do in the next one. And then once I get this next one installed, then I'll bring everything back in to finish everything up. And then we'll also run the tractor and check for leaks. So we're going to get that done and I'll be back. All right, this thing is back together. As you can see, the new lines are in. I put the cylinder back in place, very self-explanatory. Those who have any experience working with bucket pins and cylinder pins and stuff, sometimes they are very tight to get back into place and to line up, stuff like that. Simple, basic, no big deal there. So this is the finished product. Got the new adapters onto the cylinder. They have O-rings in them, so we replaced them as well. Tied everything down, and you can see the routing. One thing I do not like about these new hoses, they seem to be a little short. But then again, I'll show you in a minute. You can see the new hoses, they kind of stay up a little better there. Because like once you get to this point here, you really can't do nothing with them. The bottom line is I think chafing was the problem here. And basically old age. The machine is 23 years old. But here's the hose. If I can find it. I have them both hanging up here. And you want to be careful because this does have wire in it, and if it's sticking out and you don't see it, it can puncture you. So right there was the problem. I believe that right there is where it was leaking. And the other hose seemed to be okay, but there was a spot on that one, and they're actually right there is kind of a spot that's questionable. So we decided, me and the customer, let's replace them both while we're here. So let's fire this thing up and work the bucket and see how everything is. All right. Had to open the door, get some fresh air in here. Looking over this section of the hoses. Everything looks good. I will take a rag and wipe everything down because I know there's going to be residual. So let's check here, see if we see anything at these fittings. I don't see anything. The way I have the set here, but I do believe that's the problem, and those hoses I can't really do anything with. So maybe it was a good thing that these ended up being shorter. And here is, that's where they go through. So anyway, that's how to replace hydraulic hoses on a bucket cylinder on a Woods Groundbreaker. This is a Bh7500. A little challenging. I can't say I had worse. I can't say I had, it was, you know, first one on this model. I've done some hoses on my model, which I think is a Bh6500. Don't quote me on that. It's a size smaller than an S. But anyway, I'm going to get the covers all back on this thing. That's pretty well self-explanatory. If you can do the hoses and get in here and replace the cylinder like this, or remove the cylinder to get the hoses out, I think you're in good shape to be able to put these covers back on. Basically self-explanatory. You have to obviously work with the controls here to get this back on, and obviously it's easier with two hands. So but anyway, this is GMEC. Like, subscribe, and this is again replacing bucket cylinder hoses on a Woods Groundbreaker Bh7500. If you made it to the end of the video here, thanks for watching. This is GMEC. Like, subscribe, check out some links in the description below. I'll put some tools in there, which I'll touch on here real quick. A couple of liner wrenches, hammers, channel locks. I'll put a couple of links in the description on that. And maybe some Backhoe accessories as well. So thanks for watching. This is GMEC. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.